Kate.
Hi, I'm Cheryl. And together,
We are
Fickle.
Stitches.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Kate.
Good morning, Cheryl.
It is a overcast, rainy Saturday, June the 10th. How's it up over there?
We're overcast.
Yeah.
We're overcast.
We've been having rain off and on all night, which is not a bad thing. However, yeah, so with that weather report, let's start.
This is a channel about cross stitch.
Yes.
Not the weather.
And amateur meteorologists. There you go. Yes, welcome to our channel. We love cross stitch. We hope that you're watching and you like it too. And we hope that you see something you enjoy and, I don't know, get inspired by.
Welcome back to our subscribers, and yes, a big hello to the new people who have wandered over, probably after Memphis Sarah E shouted us out again, or
I know
I don't think X's and Ho's mentioned me, but my handle, so I don't think we got anybody from them. They were just talking trash at me.
They were doing that, and then I know that I think it was Justine who was mentioning who she was watching, and she did mention us.
Oh, that's right. That was at the end. All right. So yes, welcome if you came from X's and Ho's.
Yes, welcome. And yeah, I think other people have alluded to, Kate from Fickle Stitches, or Cheryl and Kate from Fickle Stitches. So we just never know anymore. But we say hi. Welcome to our little corner of the Flosstubes.
Yes, we are just as awkward as we seem. Yeah.
But one thing we are not awkward at is stitching. We like to stitch correct. A lot. And so we're just going to jump right in, because for the last little bit, we've been a little bit out of our normal every 2 weeks filming for hi, baby. I see you. I know you can't hear me because Mama's wearing earbuds, but yes.
She'll live.
She'll live. Right. So for the last little bit, we've been a little bit off. And so it's been 3 weeks since we last filmed. So it's going to be a little extra big. So just get yourself a drink and hunker down. And we're just going to start in right away, because I know somebody got a finish.
I did get a finish.
Excited for you.
I got a finish. I got a page finish, but I'm going to celebrate all of life's accomplishments.
Okay, I'm going to say this one more time. If you don't know our channel, Kate stitches big things, like mega, mega big things. So a page finish is a massive deal. So we are not going to minimize this. We celebrate page finishes. And go. That was my little...
Okay, I've been told.
No, you are not told.
All right, this pattern is Otterly Adorable. It's from Paine Free Crafts, and I keep forgetting to write down the artist, and I do apologize. It's on an 18 count unnamed fabric from a dyer named Crazy Hamster.
I am
stitching it 2/1, and here is my page finish.
Look at that.
Now I have extended past the page in sections because I don't like the lines. I like to feather the thing.
To go naturally where the pattern goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is an almost full coverage. It's like full coverage except for the up here, like the top.
I'll put the picture
corner. Oh yeah, that's right. We have those. Technology.
I'll put that up there right when you talk about it, so people can see that the bulk of the stitching is to the right. But that
all right.
Looks
I did grid this fabric myself. Do not grid fabric with the gold. It shines back the light at your face and you get annoyed.
Yes.
So, pro tip, don't grid with the gold. It's sulky.
Right. It looks pretty and shiny.
So, to finish that, in these last 3 weeks, I stitched 2,614 stitches on that. And that was just morning stitching. That was like 150 this morning, 160 that morning, 90 this morning.
Okay, so when something is in your morning stitch, you don't stitch it the rest of the day or any other time, or you just keep it for... I forgot that. I thought you did a little bit of both. That's amazing.
No, I just stitch... Like, I've got another full coverage now for my morning stitching, and I'm just slowly... when I finish the page, I'll move to another one.
Right.
It's helping me get some page finishes, get some progress. And by the time the page is done, I'm ready for another project.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at our notes from the last couple of filmings. And yeah, like this is the third straight one where you've had a page finish on one of your full coverages. That's pretty amazing. And that's, like you said, just
morning stitching.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, yay.
Yay.
Yay, yay.
All right. Moving on to starts. I have one new start. Cheryl has a bunch.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. So Owl Forest released their mystery stitch along. It's free. If you go to the Owl Forest Embroidery website, you can download the free pattern. The first 3 parts are out. And this is the Treasure Island stitch along. I started this on May 29th. I'm doing it on 16 count sand dollar from Bestitch Me.
Oh, that's such a good color.
And I'm using the called for Owl Forest threads. I ordered them. I don't know how I got them, but they figured out a workaround. And I have stitched 2,852, and that is part 1 and 2. And I'll be stitching part
there you go.
3 later.
Can you tilt it the right hand, your right hand towards yes, and now move it over to the right. Your left. A little more. The other way. Right there.
Yes, we are challenged, people. There we go.
And hijinks ensue. Wow, that looks good. So the next part is the boat, right?
The third part has a ship.
Yeah.
It has a ship, and then you finish the border and the sky. There's like, I don't know, like 6 rows of sky.
Right, okay. Here. Yeah, okay. Love it. Nice.
So, it's a nice, easy stitch. I love Owl Forest. Makes me feel happy. And it's free. The threads were not free. And the shipping was not free.
I'm shocked.
But I bought a bunch of threads for Owl Forest patterns, so if I'm going to pay that exorbitant shipping, I'll get my money's worth.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay.
All right, Cheryl, I'm going to sit back. Amaze me with your starts.
Oh, Lord have mercy. No pressure. Okay. So I always preface this for the people who may be new. In October of 2022, I turned 50. And so I've started a massive stitch along birthday thing where I try to start a new start one a week from my birthday in 2022 to my birthday in 2023. I've also been trying to do an additional small with some success, and I'm finding that I'm getting a little behind, so I might scale back how many smalls I do, but I definitely am trying to do a project a week start. So let's see. So the starts from the last filming. Oh no, that one was on last week. Sorry. Okay. So one of the things I'm doing as part of the smalls is Little House Needleworks has a hometown holiday. Kind of like you can turn them in the ornaments, you can turn them in flat folds. And it's like a little Christmas village. So one of the things I wanted to do is stitch all of them, or at least get them all started. So I am now up to number 12. So this is the diner, which is super cute.
It is. I don't remember seeing you start that one. That is very cute.
Well, this is the one that I've been really kind of stressing about. So I've been stitching this on, God, what is this called? I forgot. Lamb's wool. 40 count lamb's wool, 1 strand, over 2 threads. And it's a little lighter. It's a bit of a story about how I ended up with this. But I've been a little bit stressed about this one. Okay, you can see it. I was able to get the sign. And look at the little pies.
Cute.
I just can't anymore.
It wasn't a roof.
It was not a roof. I've been stitching a lot of roofs during the start. Roofs and rectangles. You'll see more of those examples later. But so I was able to get this much done. A start for me is at least 2 hours of stitching. I time my stitching, or at least 200 stitches before I consider it. Like some of these I'll keep on going because I'm enjoying myself, and I'll do more than that, but at minimum that's my minimum. So there you go. So that part is done. The pies are just too dang cute. There you go. Okay. So that was the diner. So then that was started on May the 21st. So then the next one that I wanted to do, and if you are a longtime viewer of us, longtime being relative, you will recognize this next pattern because I've already stitched it once in this birthday start-a-thon, whatever. I stitched it for a coworker, and now I'm stitching it for me. It is Winter Cardinal Etching by Cecilia Turner of Heart and Hand Needle Art. This particular, I got this pattern out of the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitchers magazine. I always mess up the name of that magazine. And she released the series of these over the year. I think it was 2021. But now they have been released. This particular etching series has been released out in the wild. So you can get it if you don't have the magazine. But I love this. I'm a sucker for a good cardinal pattern. So I'm stitching this for me. So I'm using a, oh gosh, this is 40 count, one of a kind ornament cut that I got on some Fortnite fabric sale. I'm using the call for threads, classic colorwork threads, and this is what I was able to get done. Beep, 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 beep. So
it's a tree.
It's a tree. Still a rectangle, still a dark color. But yeah, so I was able to get that started, and I'm excited. I love this. So there you go. That one I started on May the 29th. And then the next one I started is a very big Mama Jamma. I've had this one in my, I'm going to apologize for the crinkling now because there's going to be, there we go. I can get it without crinkling too bad. Okay. I've had this one in my stash for a while. It is called The Sailor's Wife Sampler by Brenda Keys. And I'm going to, there we go. Oh, no. There we go.
That's good.
Okay. So I grew up on the South Shore of Nova Scotia, Canada. And I love the beach and the ocean and the history of shipbuilding and all that good stuff. So you will see a lot of nautical things in my house. And so when I saw this one, I was like, oh, I really like this. I like this a lot. So what I didn't realize how large it was until I started trying to find a piece of fabric for it. It's, what's the count again? Oh, Lord. 422 by 128, so it's long and skinny.
Cheryl, that's a my size project.
I know. So on this particular one, I'm using 40 count corn silk linen by, I do believe it's Lakeside Linens, if I remember correctly. And so I was able to get a lot of the border done. Well, I shouldn't say. I was able to get some border done.
I think you got a ways to go there.
Yes. And just to give you a perspective, this is 40 count and my piece of fabric is still
wow,
wide, long and skinny. But it's a beautiful piece of, it's a creamy, pale yellow fabric, which was what I was kind of going for. I didn't want a white or an antique white. I wanted something a little more aged looking, aged paper looking. So that's what I was able to get done. This is about 300 stitches. I was able to get done. Was it 300? Mm-hmm. Oh, I take it back. About 250. All right. That one I started on June the 5th. Okay. Then the next one, again, another one of the Hometown Holiday series by Little House Needleworks. The next one, number 13, is the Bookstore.
Isn't it like a full moon, or is that a snowflake?
It's a huge snowflake that I will not be stitching. Because I'm realizing, because I'm stitching this on lamb's wool, ecru out in the wild is not showing up very well. So I'm not going to do any of the snowflakes in the air or whatever on these patterns. I may or may not use maybe some cream little beads, or just leave them as is and not have it looking like it's snowing. But anyways, okay. So there it is. I'm really excited to show you the roof. Oh gosh. Yes. Very nice roof. If you stick with me when I actually start getting it somewhere in this, there's going to be more colors than hickory sticks or any of the other things. This is 300, like this right here is 300 stitches. Again, this is 40 count lamb's wool linen. One strand, 300 stitches. But the roof is done.
Yay.
So that makes me happy. And that was started on June the 7th. Now, my last start for this was started last night. This is one that I've been looking forward to starting. And it is Riley Harbor by Kathy Barrick.
Oh, I couldn't remember what it looked like. Now I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember
seeing that before.
Yeah, I saw this originally on Quirks and Stitches. Jen Lee was stitching this, and I love this style. I grew up near the towns of Lunenburg and Mahone Bay, in Nova Scotia, and they have houses that look like this, and they're colorful. Like, these are kind of muted, but they're colorful like this. They're not all the same color or whatever, and it just reminds me of home. Excuse me. So when I was kitting up everything for this challenge, not everything got special fibers or, you know, like new fabric. Some of them did, and some of them didn't. This is one that I was like, I'm going to use the silk threads on this one. And so I ordered them, and I am not regretting it. I know it's a bit of an outlay to do everything in silks, especially one of this magnitude. But I'm doing it on 40 count fabric, and I'll show it to you now. It's on 40 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim. And I started this last night, and this is how much I was able to get done after the first hour. Oh, look.
It's a roof.
It's a roof. It's a roof. But it's the one right in the middle. That black house right in the middle.
Okay.
That's where I'm starting. And, yeah. I'm typically, if you haven't figured this out already yet, I am typically a top-down stitcher. Very rarely now do I start from the middle. But in all of these, I just found it easier to do top-down. So there's been a lot of roofs and rectangles and for my starts. So this is an hour's worth. I'll count the stitches after I've done, you know, after the first official, you know, stopping point of the start. But I'm using the called for MPI silks, and I'm not regretting that because they are stitching very smoothly. So I'm very happy with that. So I'm excited that I started this. So, and like I said, I started this one last night on Virtual Stitchers. So for me, that's it for the starts.
Okay. How many whips do you have?
1, 2, 3. I've got 4.
Okay. All right. Do you want to alternate the first 4?
Oh, no. Sorry. There. Hi. Yeah, we could do that.
All right. So in no particular order are my whips.
Okay.
So the first one I'm going to show you is Poltergeist Pirates from Glendon Place. This is on 16 count bang from the Crossed Wing collection. It's a hand painted fabric. It's using Sullivan's threads.
Oops.
And I stitched 1,444 stitches on it.
Look at that. It's so good.
Yes, it's so good. So when I started this, and then I started filling in the mast from where I had left it last time, I learned that I had screwed up. No. Yeah. This whole section, this whole spar, spar, the spar, and then the sail was off, and I had to frog it all.
By how much?
The mast was not wide enough, and a whole bunch of stuff counts off the mast.
Oh,
and I'm just like, oh Lord. Okay, so I frogged it all, and then I put it back in.
It's beautiful.
And then I got down to the ship deck and started with the railings.
Nice.
But I do like this stitch. It is fun. Yeah, not crazy about the Sullivans.
No? You don't like the feel of it, or?
Yeah, it just feels different. I don't know. I'm just not crazy about it. But yeah, okay. I'm stitching with it, so.
Okay.
All right, what's your whip?
Oh, okay. Let's see. So, last filming, I had a new start Sweet Nothings to the Sea. And so on the last filming, I needed to put a little bit more time and stitches in to make an official start, which I then did. And I will show you. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So when I had started it, I had the top line of the Art Deco fishies done. So then I dropped down on either side and started working on the two lighthouses on the end.
Super cute.
Yeah, I'm really super happy about this, how it's turning out. Like this was when I went stash diving to see what sort of things I had already kitted up that I could, that I wanted to do, this was one of them. And it's turning out really, really good. It's on, I think, 32 count cream linen. Ooh, I better double check. Ooh, hi, kitty.
They can't see the kitty. Only you can see the kitty.
Oh, I just heard the kitty because she brushed up against your earbud. So I'm letting everybody know what I'm hearing. Let's see. Shoot, where is it? They are like all... Do you have catnip on you today?
No, I took a shower too.
Well, I didn't want to infer that. 32 count cream Belfast linen. Yes, there you go. Yeah, so it's turning out... It's a cute little pattern, and then the waves will be made out of the letters of the alphabet, which I think is kind of cute. So there you go. It scared the crap of me out of the other night when I turned out the lights in here, because I keep my whips that I have done in a pile for when we're filming, but in the bag I didn't realize this thread right here is glow in the dark, and I didn't know. I was like, anyways, scared myself. All right, so that was my first whip. There you go.
All right, so my second one is my new morning stitch. It's Ravenclaw House by the Stitchery by MJ. And only worked on it a couple days. This is 261 stitches. And it's still on the hoop, the lap stand, because it's going to stay on there. You can see.
So what area? So you worked in the dot. Okay, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just working on the next page.
Gotcha. Nice.
So this is all the way to the end of the page.
Oh, okay.
And this is gridded with silver, and silver is fine.
Yeah, because it's more matte, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not as shiny as that gold. So.
Yeah, I get it.
So we will have inserted a picture of what this is supposed to look like.
Of course.
It's a big... It's on 16 count antique white.
Nice.
Right.
Okay. That goes here. All right, so my next whip that I worked on, again, this was another one from last filming, where I had a thread hanging, and it drives me crazy. So this is Schoolhouse, again, Hometown Holiday Series. This one is number 11. It's the Schoolhouse. I just love the red in this one. And so what I did was I basically finished up the thread so it wasn't hanging. And so I added to the bulk underneath the wreath.
Okay.
So it's not a whole lot, but
it's got color.
It's got color, and yeah, so I'm in a good spot for the next time I pick this up. Look at the bell. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to put, like, I don't know if I want to put some teeny tiny beads in the wreath, but I'm like, okay, this is a pretty, like, I don't know if I'm going to do that or if they'll be matte or sparkly. Choices, things to think about. Okay, your turn.
All right. I did pull out my Dragon Midnight Hunting. I think I was finishing up a Whip Go from last month. This is from Dracolair Creations. It's out of print. You find it on the secondary market.
Right.
It's a 16 count touch of gray, and I put in 2,196 stitches, and I am very close to getting this thing done.
The face is so good. Can you bring it a little closer so we can see the face? It's so good. Thank you, Kate. It's looking so good. I think I've said that 5 times.
So I've got, more in the wing to do right here. And that's a lot of quarter stitches and stuff because that's where, like, the ridging on the wings is, the veins.
Yeah. Yes.
And then I have this part of the border to finish. Then I get however many pages this was. What, 6 pages of cross stitch, and then there are 6 pages of backstitch instruction.
La 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 la, can't hear you. La la la.
So let me back all the way up. Here she is.
Beautiful.
And after I put the face in, she became a she. She's gorgeous.
She revealed herself.
And gridded with a blue. Salty.
Love that. Beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful. Do another one, Kate. Go ahead.
Okay, next we have my Mythical Creature Stitch Along. This is the piece that has been broken up into 12 parts for the year. I stitched 447. This stitch along is from Paine Free Crafts, based on the artwork by Stanley Morrison. I'm stitching it on 16 count Ren using DMC. And May was a cross stitch month, and I finished the W.
Look at it.
And June is a backstitch month, so I have to backstitch this puppy.
It's pretty.
It's pretty, she said through gritted teeth.
I know.
And gritted with blue. When I finish the W, I'm going to take all the horizontal grids down until the last section.
Yeah.
Because I have 3 letters left on this thing. And just because I want to flash you guys.
It's so good. All right. Raise your arms, Kate.
Well, we're going to do it this way.
Yeah, there you go. There, yeah.
Okay. And then
It's
XYZ goes on the bottom, baby.
It's so good. It's so funny now that you're pointing out what colors you're using for gridding. I honestly thought you used the same color all the time. I guess it depends on
I'm complicated.
You are complicated. Here's my other question, because we didn't talk about this before. Do you save, like, once you pull out the grid, you don't save those threads, right?
Oh, God, no.
Okay,
No. It's all a jumbled, twisty, messy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't grid. That's why I was asking the question.
I was going to say, demon pubic hair is what it looks like when it comes out. You asked. Okay.
I was not expecting that. Woo! There's a visual. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, drink to your success from now on.
Cheryl, what's your next whip?
Oh, my coffee is gone. All right, there you go. Okay, whip. I'll do a whip now.
I'm sorry. You saw how long it took me to process. Was I going to say it or not? I thought about it.
That's what makes it funnier. Oh, okay. All right. Which one do I want to show you? Because I love these ones both. Okay. So the tagline on our YouTube channel is Fickle Stitches, where the cross stitching is serious, but the plans are 100% theoretical. And I ended off last video with my plan. I wasn't going to worry about WhipGo for the year until after my birthday, when I'm not worried about doing the starts. I would concentrate on my whips after that. What do? The next weekend, I go to Dallas and I work on a whip that I then apply to my WhipGo board. So don't listen to me. Don't pay attention to what I say, because in a week later, it's completely different. So what I did, knowing that I was going to be in a hotel, my husband was going to a board game conference thing, and I was going to be in the hotel for most of the weekend. I wanted to stitch, and I knew that there was a good chance I wasn't going to be able to. I have a little lamp with a magnifying glass, and I knew I was going to be able to do something with it. I just wasn't sure. So I went with something that would be easier to see in case it didn't work. So what I took with me and I used as a whip goggle is Maple Leaf and Star Welcome by SamSarah Design Studio. And what I have done with this pattern is I have taken both of these patterns and mushed them together, because my husband is American and I am Canadian, now dual citizen with American citizenship as well. And so I wanted to do something that reflects both of us. And so I've mushed these together. I've also, in the Canadian section of this, I have substituted out the threads that were asked for, and I've been stitching everything using Karen watercolors, the pearl cottons, because I'm using 18 count Floba, yes, on this. And so this is what it looks like right now. So as you can see, I've done, so that's what it looks like. So while I was away, I finished this and this one and started in on this. So I got almost 1,000 stitches done, because each one of these blocks are 400 stitches.
You are getting so close to a finish.
I know. I love this one a lot.
Are you taking any stitching to Canada? Is that going to go?
This one is not going to go. We sent the box of stuff to go up ahead of us last weekend, and I sent my rug hooking pattern up with it, because I knew I'd be able to do that. I might take some of my open whip mill hill kits, ones that I've already started, and I might do those just because I can see there's issues with lighting and vision at my parents' house.
Okay.
So if I take anything stitching, it will probably be Mill Hill.
Okay.
Mill Hill kits. So, and I've got some started, and I also have a couple on my start list for the smalls for my birthday start along. So I might take those, and we'll see. So yeah. So I'm pretty excited about this. Like you said, it's almost done. It won't take very long to finish it. So there you go.
Okay. So my next one was a Carolyn Manning Heimdall. It was a new start last month, and since I've done 902 stitches on 16 count antique white.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
So just working on the diamonds.
Yeah.
I do a page of diamonds and then I work on filling it in. This was for hashtag Manning May Stitch Along, and this was for the mental health care stitch along.
Okay.
Because I find Carolyn Manning very zen-like.
Yeah, that looks good. So you don't do the full pattern diamonds and then go back, you do it page by page?
I do it page by page.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Do you have another whip? You want me to do another whip?
Do another whip, and then I have one last one. Please.
All right. So this next one is Ascent of the Moth Queen from Bella Filipina Designs. It's on a Fortnite fabric. It's 16 count. I don't know the name of it. And I did 386 stitches, primarily working on her face.
Nice.
Don't see people stitching this one a lot.
It's really pretty.
We will have inserted what photo of what it's supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the fabric is gorgeous.
Yeah, that's stunning. Beautiful.
All right. That's that.
Okay.
And show me your temperature chart.
How did you know? So another thing I've been working on as part of my birthday start along is a temperature quilt, marking the temperatures from October, my birthday in 2022, to my birthday in 2023. This past weekend, the Facebook group, Whip Warriors did, they do one at the beginning of every month, a focus weekend, where you can focus on one piece and try to get as much done on it as you can. And so I took advantage of that this last weekend. All right, so there we go. This is where I'm at. Now, the area I concentrated in on is this area right in here, all in here. So I was able to get, okay, so that's October, November. I was able to get December done to the last one on the bottom, and January, and almost all of February.
Okay.
Yeah. And so this column right up here is the start of June. So I'm going to finish February and then go start back up on June and start bringing these two columns down, because I want to get it down to a part where I can start the bottom over across to meet it and then be able to fill in these holes down there.
Okay.
So I was able to get a lot done on this.
It looks great.
Yeah, it's starting. I'm really pleased with how it's turning out. I wasn't sure, and now that I'm getting more and more about through it, I'm like, yay. So yeah, so this is like 22 count Ada Hardanger stuff. It's DMC 2 strands, and it's just this is my piece that I was concentrating on for the mental health. Maya's mental health. We will have the correct hashtag in the description. Thank you, Candy, from the 614 Stitcher, who hosted this and suggested it. This is one that I relied on the days where I wanted to stitch but didn't want to think and wanted to decompress. And this is a lovely one to do that. So yeah, it's getting there. I'm excited. I'm excited about this one. All right, so there you go. Oh, and the I should tell you what the pattern is. It's Temperature Quilt by Stitch and Mommy, and I'm using the mid or like cooler range of temperatures. So there you go.
All right, I've got a couple left.
Yay.
One of the WIPGO calls for June was block for the Carol and Manning design. So I pulled Orca back out. This is just using DMC. It's on 16 count Easy Guide fabric. And I put in 574. And it was just those diamonds on the second page, second row.
Nice.
My WIPGO goals are all 500 stitches per project per call, which I have found very manageable. It's helping move things along, but it is not overwhelming me.
Right. Absolutely.
So.
Nice.
So that's Orca. Categories. Part of the Sammy J Stitches has a thing where she does these categories, and you can do them, follow them along. She's just doing them for fun. One of the categories for June is a project that was released in 2022 or 2023. So this next piece was released last year. It was the Satsuma Street Mystery Stitch Along, the Animal House. And since I keep eyeing the new Mystery Stitch Along from Satsuma Street, I figured I needed to pull this out and put some stitches in it, because this is on a 16 count. It's a Fortnite fabric from their beach collection. And I stitched over the last 4 days on this thing 2,583 stitches.
Wow.
So there's a peacock in the door of the first one. Over here, that's the body and the tail of the lion.
I love it.
And then there's a zebra in the other window.
The flowers are super cute.
The flowers were super annoying.
Sorry.
Sorry, two of those flowers, the two that are kind of juxtapositioned between the three.
Mm-hmm.
7 colors in those 2 flowers.
All right, I take it back.
Those are not big enough for 7 colors. They made me cranky.
I can tell.
The other flowers had 4 colors, which seems very reasonable to me. I think they could have gotten away with 3. That's just my opinion. But it's still, this is a Nerge, for everybody who doesn't know what a Nerge is. Mm-hmm. Nerges are wonderful. Go try one if you haven't tried one. They're very lightweight. I've managed to convert 2 or 3 people to them.
5 or 6.
5 or 6. No, I think Robert started the trend, so I don't think
Fair.
I just picked up and ran with it.
Yes, you did.
Okay. This next one is for another category. What am I doing this for? Stitch Along, maybe? I think I'm doing it for Stitch Along, the category. This is the Happy Haunts Sal from Abby Sue Designs. This is on 16 count Twilight Silver by Fabric Flair. And I have put in 1,328 stitches on this. And it also is on an urge.
Happy Haunts.
Yeah, so it's the three hitchhiking ghost faces from the Haunted Mansion.
Right.
So I got all the way across the top with the gate and the fencing and started this guy. This is Hat. I haven't quite gotten to the face yet.
Nice.
There's some hair, some white silvery hair here.
Mm-hmm. So the next thing I put in will be face. And it's just the heads. It's not the bodies. So, right.
And on the bottom, it beware of hitchhiking ghosts. So those last two projects, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, put together a list of things I thought I could finish in the year, and those made the list until I started restitching them. It went, these are deceptively stitch heavy.
Yes.
So I don't know if they're going to get done. I'm going to try to get some progress. Let's change finish to progress.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Why is that? Oh, there we are. Okay.
All right. And so, because you guys like stitch counts, so in the last 3 weeks, I have stitched 15,587 stitches.
You amaze me every time.
Well, there was stress stitching in there, and that's with like 2 days of not stitching because of pro tip. Here's Kate's pro tip. When you go out of town and you take your stitching, take your damn hoop or your nurge.
Cheryl would like to add on to that pro tip and say, when you go out of town and take your stitching, pack needles.
We're professionals.
We are professionals in this channel. As evidenced by all of our pro tips.
Yes, and mine was a Sunday night, and I was 45 minutes from the nearest Joann's, and it had already closed. And I was just like, oh.
Well, damn. Yeah.
And I had taken Orca, and I didn't want to stitch in hand because that's the middle of the project, and it's going to change the tension, and I didn't want to screw it up.
No, I get it. I was lucky when I opened my clamshell box that I had the Maple Leaf and Star in, that I had taken another clamshell box with some Mill Hill kits in it, and by thankfulness, there were some extra needles in that one that were big enough eyes to be able to handle the pearl cotton, or I would have not have been able to stitch that Friday night. Now, the next day I went and I got extra needles, but we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But yeah, pro tip. Just stick needles everywhere. Just
check your stitching. I was stressed out. It was a stressful weekend. And I didn't. Yeah. I thought Orca was still on a nurge. I didn't think I had taken it off, but
Yep. It happens. So. It happens.
Should have been able to tell from just feeling the project bag.
Yeah.
Feel your project bag.
There's the pro. That's what I'm writing down right now. Feel your project bag. Oh gosh. Yeah. If you don't.
And I was suffering some withdrawal from not cross-stitching for like 36 hours.
Right. That's very odd for you, but under the circumstances, it makes sense. Yeah. All right.
We didn't really talk about what we were talking about next.
Doesn't matter to me. Whatever you want to talk about.
Do you want to do haul? My haul is very limited.
Okay. We can do that. But I will need your participation.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Wegman's bag
of acquisitions.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, this is this one. Okay, got it. You didn't tell me what tune we were doing.
You ready?
Yes,
start this over again. Okay, here we go. Oh, Wegman's bag.
Bum, bum, bum.
This week's haul is so good.
So good, so good.
I bought too much.
Bum, bum, bum.
But you won't hear me complain. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Wegman's bag of acquisitions. There you go.
I'm so sorry, people.
Hey, that one came from you. That's why I wanted some help.
That's why I can apologize for it.
Oh, too fun. All right. We are now in the haul portion of our... Oh, look at that.
All right. I'm going to go with Stitchy Kindness. Mm-hmm. Cheryl sent me the bag she showed me in the last video that she had made for me.
That's correct. So pretty.
So inside sort of bubbles. And then look at this. Awesome.
The fabric kills me.
This needle pole. Did you send her the sea turtle?
Yes, I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I had like last year when I was trying to figure out how I was going to finish my small for StitchCon, I came across in the beading section at Michael's, I came across those charms. And I ended up not using them for what I was doing for StitchCon. So I was like, those would be perfect for bags.
Okay. The only other thing I have is my 2 fabrics of the month. Mm-hmm. This is from Atomic Ranch. It's a fat quarter 16 count. And this is eucalyptus.
Ooh, pretty.
It's a little greener. That's a little better.
Yeah. No, that's nice.
So
pretty.
Yes, I like that one. And then I got my second piece of Boxing Rabbit. I get these both from Garan Stitchery. I don't know if they have any openings or not. I get a fat quarter of 16 count because that's pretty much all I stitch on. And this is called Flannel Flower.
Flannel Flower. That's an interesting name. Ooh, pretty.
So, yeah, it's a nice neutral.
Is that more gray-y or brown taupey?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Taupey with gray.
Taupey with gray. Well, that makes perfect sense.
Doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It does.
That's it.
Okay.
My Wegmans bag was very, very small.
That's okay. It had substantial things in it. Woo. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start off with my Stitchy Kindness because I didn't know. I'm going to wait till you're done, Kate.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm done.
Okay, there we go. We're realizing the power or how well our earbuds, because we've both switched our earbuds when we're filming now, and how powerful they're picking up everything. So yeah, and I keep forgetting until we're doing this. So yeah, okay, so that's okay. So unbeknownst to me, Kate was sending me stuff too. She sent me some needle minders that you have received in grab bags, right?
Yes, I was sharing what I had gotten in the grab bags.
Yes, she was. So this one just makes me laugh. I saw that. It I don't know if that was in the grab bag.
It was not.
This was not in
purchase.
This one just makes me laugh. It just does. And not because...
I actually think I was talking to you and we were describing that image was. Yeah. And I'd gone on Etsy and we were talking as I was buying it for you.
Oh my gosh, it's too funny. Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, and not in a... Yeah, I just found it funny. Okay, so these are the ones that you sent to me that you were sharing with me from your grab bags. These 2 needle minders. And this one, we are passing, and Matt knows this, we're passing this one on to Matt because Matt loves owls. And I am keeping this one. It's beautiful. Thank you, Kate, very much.
You're welcome.
And then the other thing the stinker sends me is the threads for Owl Forest's red Cardinals chart. And of course, this is one that I had been I knew I was going to purchase at one point. So I don't think I have a printed off copy on hand. So Kate sends these to me. Totally shocking. Thank you again. So of course I ended up going and finally pulling the trigger on buying the pattern for these. I do not have it printed off, but so yes, so I'm excited about that. So that was the lovely Stitchy Kindness from Kate. So last video I had a bag reveal-a-thon because I had done a special order through Vicky at Stitch and Button. And one of the things we talked about, because I had sent her so much fabric, is she had been toying with the idea of doing project rolls. And I agreed for her to use some of the fabric and mine to be one of her first prototypes so she could kind of work through and figure out the best way to make this design so she could make them in the future and offer them in her website, or Facebook group, which she is now doing. So this is the one. I think you could say this is the first one. I have the first project roll from Vicky Stitch and Button. There, so you can see the fabric. So we used the fishing boats because we still had a lot of, and it ties up. So I'll do a super quick untie, and then what it does is it rolls out. So the blue is the fabric that I sent her, and so what you can do, there's a lot of space in here, is you can lay out your finished projects on this, and then to keep them safe and like wrinkle free, you just roll them up this way, and then tie it so that they're kept safe and relatively wrinkle free. And I think it's a great idea. I will say right now, because I listened to her as she did it, the ends are hand sewn on. So yes, I give her a hard time, but she does a great job on it. So this is from Vicky. If you're not already on the Stitch and Button Facebook group, where she has her project bags and now project rolls, and other things, she has a lot of other different things listed. Get on that Facebook group, because her bags are always really well done. So there you go. Another thing that I got as a surprise, and if you watch Just Keep Stitching, you will have already seen this, but let me just tell you that I usually do not get this book in June. But I'm on the distribution for this annual book through Craftways, through Hirschner's, and I received it. Normally it's like August or September when this puppy shows up. I was not expecting it quite so early, but it's awfully cute. There's some really great stuff in there. I won't go through it all, but I'm looking to see if last time it had a phone number that you could call if you were, but I don't see it, so I don't know if they put it on there. I think it's available on the Hirschner's website eventually, where you can order a copy. But back in the day, I'm just now automatically on it. So there's enough on there. I'm going to show you the back. They usually do divide things up into different sections and different themes. And you get a chance to look through it and see if you want to keep it. And if you do, then you pay the money. I have to have a certain amount of patterns in there to make it worth me paying it, but it's quite good. There's some things, if you are a fan of Doreen Jones, you would recognize her style here. If you are a fan of Emma Congdon, who else was in here that, yeah, there's there's Emma Congdon right there if you're a fan of her work. This one's pretty, so there's a lot of different things in there. There's big projects and littles, and there's cutesy, and then there's modern, and there's a what you call it? Yeah, there's a Barbara Anna. If you're a fan of Barbara Anna, that's in there. So, anyways. And then it comes with always a freebie thing that you can keep if you don't keep the book. And this time it's, these ones are also by Barbara Anna, if I remember correctly. I'm looking to make sure before I say for sure. I'm pretty sure they're hers. But anyways, there's always a leaflet with freebies. So there you go. These ones are more, oh my gosh, a little more folk arty ornaments. So they're pretty cute. Any hoodle. So that's that. While I was away in Dallas last weekend, was it last weekend? The weekend before? Last weekend. I was, I met up with Garrett from a Coffee Stitcher. And we went to Stitch Niche, and I was looking for fabric. They didn't have what I was looking for, but that's okay because they had buttons. And these are old school buttons, so I was able to get buttons for a future. These are just another button co. These are like old school back in the day, and I was able to get some of those. And then while I was there, I got Spring Moon from Plum Street Sampler. I love this one because it's not typical spring colors. I like the navy. So that was my purchase from Stitch Niche. Oh, and needles, because, I forgot mine. Okay. And then I needed to do a order through 123 Stitch. I needed some floss for a couple of patterns, and then a while ago, if you remember this, Kate, I did a start. It was Heinz It, where I put the pattern together myself for the word spin, because I do so, and I wasn't 100% happy with the sheep charms for the blocks, but I found these. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, it's cute.
There we go. They're little
Very
glass
cute.
sheep, and so I found them. My silver needle only had one. That's where I saw it initially, and I was like, okay, I'll have to think about that. And then I was on 123 Stitches for something, and I saw they had two, and I was like, okay, I'm going to snag them while I'm thinking about them, because I wasn't sure. And while I was there, I followed your advice and got the summer one. The summer ABCs. So I have all 4 seasons.
You have to complete your seasons.
I do have to complete the seasons. I heeded your advice.
Good. I should be getting a kickback check in the mail.
Yep, definitely. I also got an order from Stitch Modern. I ordered some more of those wire cable things. Rings, that's the word the lock link rings. And then some floss number stickers. And then the last thing, I'm going to try to open this away from me, is my Fabric of the Month from Be Stitch Me. I am getting 40 count Verdal, and this past month is Bronze Age.
Oh, the shimmer.
Isn't that nice?
Oh my.
It's beautiful.
Could you see Cleopatra on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see it better.
I could see a dragon on that.
Yes. It's a beautiful, beautiful neutral. Love it. I have I have a hard time with the unknown, especially fabric, because I have, I like to be able to see what I'm purchasing, and I don't want to buy a color or buy something that I don't think I will ever use. But I will tell you right now, I have not been disappointed with this Fabric of the Month Club so far. So I'm really excited about that. Some of the pieces that I've received already this year have immediately been used on my Stitchathon, birthday Stitchathon. Like Be Stitch Me's ledger was unbelievable. So anyway, I'm very, very happy about 40 count for doll. So there you go. So that's it. Say two.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm done. This is more than what I normally do. I got unexpected things. I was not expecting that book. That book just came out of nowhere. That's usually late summer. But anyways. All right. Shall we talk about plans?
We shall.
Okay.
That's 100. Sorry, the Be Stitch Me Halloween box just became available like 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
For order.
Okay.
So
Are you?
I was just glancing, and I don't think I want to spend that much money. They didn't have the prices before, and I was just curious. When
gotcha.
you mentioned the Fabric of the Month, I was like, oh yeah, I was meant to look at the price.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I do have a box coming in September or October, but since I haven't gotten it as haul, I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay.
Because that's the way I roll. All right. Sorry for that, folks.
No problem.
Those boxes go fast.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Plans.
Yes, ma'am. Plans.
I have another WIPGO call for, it was Matt's choice, and he chose the pointed fifth, so I got to pull that out. Autumn Walk Span Sampler.
Yes.
Ride Forth Singing by Lindy Stitches. That's going to fill a category. And why can I not think of the third thing I need to stitch on? I don't know.
Is it a category one?
Yeah. Could I look at the thing?
Maybe.
Yes. Let me consult my cat book.
Okay, that's adorable.
Consult the cat book. And the cat book says, oh, okay. The category is haven't stitched in 2023, and I'm pulling out Ossuary at Twilight, which is whispered by the wind.
Mm-hmm.
That was on my list of possibly finishing, because those are not not hard stitches. They're not huge.
Right.
They're as close to small as I get. It's probably 110 by 110. So.
Yeah. I was thinking you were inching your way closer to finishing that one, what I remembered of it. So, yeah, that'll be good.
I just sort of had the top mantle done on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got the crows need to go up on the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole down needs to go.
Yeah.
Whole rest of the monument.
Right.
It's not complicated. It just needs
to be done.
It's just everything just needs time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Those are my plans.
Okay. Well, mine are basically to just keep on trucking with my starts. And we kind of talked about it earlier, to kind of figure out what's going to go with me on my trip. And that's basically it. I know the next couple of weeks are going to be busy with work and trying to get caught up with work to a point when I go on vacation and all that kind of stuff. So I know I'm going to be mindful of making sure I take some time to stitch, because that helps me. I'm also very aware that I might not be able to get more than that. So yeah, I my thing is just to keep on going with the starts and see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah. And if they fall within a Whip Girl category, great. If they don't, it's okay. And if they fall into categories, I'm doing this categories thing on Whip Warriors. If they fall into that, then great. And if they don't, that's okay too. So there you go.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's it, honestly.
I think that's it as well. If you've made it through till the end, thank you. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Send us your questions. If you have a Wegmans Bag of Acquisitions song you think we should try, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
We'll try to figure something out. It amused us for a couple nights.
Oh, yes. Stitchers. It amuses me all the time.
Like and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Our next video that you are going to see will be released while I am... Oh, no. We're doing one more filming. Right. That's right.
One more filming.
Yeah. So we'll do one more current filming, and then actually just after we finish this one, we're filming a little surprise to be released while I'm on vacation. So there you go. So yeah. Yes. So until then,
happy stitching.
Happy stitching, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.